Greetings, Earthlings. We've got a new product here. This is a small single-blade lawnmower made by the Bellon company of Italy that we're now importing to fit the walk-behind tractors we sell, BCS and Grillo. Of course, the same mower doesn't fit both. It has a different PTO hookup, so we carry one for BCS and one for Grillo. But this is a 28-inch cut lawnmower that very nicely fills the void in our lawnmower lineup now, because currently we have a 22-inch, 33-inch, 38-inch, and 40-inch, and that mid-sized mower is just kind of missing. So for the tractors that are smaller, like 8-9 horsepower, that really don't have the power to run a 33-inch lawnmower, but you want something bigger than a 22-inch lawnmower, this 28-inch, or yeah, 28-inch cut lawnmower is a very nice addition. Bellon also makes our heavy-duty brush mower, this is what we call the Super Duty brush mower, and they actually use the same gearbox on this thing. So the gearbox is cast iron, super heavy built. There's just indestructible gearbox. Of course, you know, nothing's indestructible. You can drain the oil out and destroy anything, but in normal use with normal maintenance, this thing should last about forever. Has the same heavy-duty PTO shaft input assembly. Has a 3/16 plate steel deck. I mean, this is the same thickness material they use on the brush mower, but it's just shaped in kind of an enclosed bowl that gives you that lawnmower high lift cut. Because when the front of your deck is open like it is on a brush mower, you can't get that vortex action going that'll actually suck the grass straight up. You've also got some high lift blades on this mower. Stand it up here so you can see. Just like the brush mowers, the lawnmower blades are pivot on the ends. So if you do get out into the heavy stuff a little bit and get into some, you know, a rock or a stump or something like that, you're not gonna, you know, bend your blade or anything like this. They are 1/4-inch thick hardened steel blade tips on this like 5/16 thick blade carrier in the middle, so incredibly durable. Yeah, you can see there's very few obstructions for anything to catch on under the deck. So it'll also fit larger tractors. I mean, you can run on a 13-horse tractor if you had a lot of narrow places to mow that you wanted a good quality cut and you just didn't have the space to run one of the bigger mowers. Obviously, you can put this on one of the larger tractors. Just keep in mind that you may have to do a little counterbalancing because this mower is not as heavy as like 33 and the 40-inch mowers. So if you've got an engine that's heavy on the back of your tractor, you might have to add a little weight to the front of the mower to keep it on the ground. I tested it on a 13 horsepower machine and it did pretty well actually, just the way it is. It's a very robust deck, so that helps. The deck does float to follow ground contours. The entire PTO input shaft, it's very stiff. You can barely see me move it here, but it does. It just needs to wear in a little bit, but this whole thing floats a little bit. Yeah, this one floats a little more. There's actually two floating parts, like this part floats and this part. There's grease fittings on both. So between both of them put together, there's about 10 degrees of oscillation in either direction to allow your deck to float to follow ground contours, just like any floating deck on a lawnmower. The torsion springs help keep the deck down and level when the PTO shaft puts torsion against it, because with that swiveling neck assembly that allows the deck to float, your PTO torsion twisting through the center of the shaft is going to want to lift this deck up on one side, particularly during startup. So the springs help correct that and kind of bring it back to the center. Height is very easily adjustable. You just pull the pin here and move the spacers from the top to the bottom, just like you would a big commercial mower. Very simple, very robust deck adjustment system there. Solid rubber wheels, so you never have to worry about flats. The side chute here is unique. This thing is made out of, again, 3/16 plate steel, way heavier than it would need to be, but it's durable and it will last you forever. So what you've got here, this is now closed essentially. It's just shutting off the discharge, so that kind of makes it into a mulching mower. So you can get real close to things on both sides and it's just going to chew the stuff up until it falls out the bottom. It'll take a little more power that way, but you can essentially make a mulching mower out of it. And if you wanted to just side discharge and get rid of the material, you move it out to this position here and put this knob back in, and then it'll just spray the material out the side. this whole thing, once this is out, it just lifts off. So you can, clean it out if necessary or whatever. I don't recommend running it without this on there, of course, because then you have no protection. If you hit a rock and it goes flying, you don't want it to hit something. So you should always have the deflector on there. Put it back in the out. Well, actually, I'm going to put it back in the box, so we'll move this back into the inner position. And that's about it. You got hardened steel gears and shafts and ball bearings in an oil bath. There's an oil check on the top that should be kept half full. There's also an angle adjustment built into this neck assembly, just like the Bellon brush mowers and the Xanon lawn mowers we carry. So you can loosen up these two bolts here. These bolts are the pivot point. This bolt has a slotted hole under it that allows you to adjust this PTO input shaft up or down a little bit to match whatever PTO height is on your tractor. The point is, when you hook it up to your tractor the first time, you want to kind of sight it from the side and see that the deck is level with the ground. And if it's not, loosen up these bolts, adjust that angle up or down so that the deck is level with the ground, retighten the bolts, and then you're good to go. I mean, different tractors have different height tires, so that's why they make that adjustable. That way it accommodates all tractor sizes. That's it for the Bellon lawnmower 28 inch. Thanks for watching.